I think for the NDP, this is really their riding to lose.
Voters in Winnipeg's Elmwood-Transcona area hitting the polls on Monday as the by-election to replace a former NDP MP Daniel Blaikie and elect a new representative occurs. NDP candidate Leela Dance is trying to hold on to the seat for her party, which has won the Elmwood-Transcona riding every election except for 2011, when the Conservatives under Stephen Harper were victorious in a majority government. The Conservative candidate for this by-election is Colin Reynolds.
It's an interesting case where this is a battle between the NDP and the Tories are really going after what traditionally has been an NDP base, which is working class and unionized voters, and we'll get to see if their messages are appealing.
The Liberals are running candidate Ian McIntyre and the Greens are running Nicholas Geddard. The People's Party and the Canadian Future Party are also on the ballot. The seat itself was left vacant after Blaikie, who won 3 elections for the NDP, resigned back in March to take a job with Wab Kinew and the Manitoba NDP government.
It's definitely pre-election mode right now, and I think that this by-election in some ways is going to kind of be the start of the countdown towards that.
Polling stations for voters opened at 8:30 a.m. and closed at 8:30 p.m. Around 14% of eligible voters casted their ballots in advanced voting. Curtis Brown with Probe Research in Winnipeg says this by-election is a major test for the NDP.
If a seat like Elmwood-Transcona goes against them, there's a lot of other seats in the country that the NDP have or would want to contest in, where they're going to be looking over their shoulder at the Conservatives. So I think in that sense, it is a really important test or measure for them. For the Conservatives, I think the stakes are a lot lower, and they're going to try to push to have a federal election sooner rather than later.
Bird says there are many issues at stake here ahead of this by-election, with cost of living at the forefront.
I think Canadians are suffering. Prices are rising, rents are rising, mortgage rates are rising. Canadian families are suffering, and they want their governments to take tangible actions to help them.
In Winnipeg, Alex Karpa, City News.